Good morning, and welcome to New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show. I'm Trevor Kerrigan.
And I'm Sierra Darmuth. This is the week of April 11th through the 17th.
On today's show, we have a great segment that should interest everyone in our viewing audience: how to have fun without spending money.
Then, to close our show, Trevor and I will compete in a challenging game that will test our money smarts.
Our show this week also features a new edition of Coffee with the Principal. This week, we sit down and get to know the principal of Ashley High School, Patrick McCarty. And
in our riveting Bell Ringer series from the C-SPAN classroom, we learned about the life and presidency of our country's 31st president, Herbert Hoover.
It's going to be another terrific show, but first, let's check in with our news anchor, Victoria Chang. She's standing by with today's Your School News headlines. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning, Trevor and Sierra, and welcome everyone to Your School News here on The Morning Show. Topping the headlines this week, Isaac Bear celebrates 10-year anniversary, Freeman students get a lesson in energy conservation, and Murray students discover the reality of money. I will have all those stories and more coming up later in the show.
Thanks, Victoria. We get things going today with a staple here on The Morning Show with a segment we call This Week in History. Our Grand Master of Historical Knowledge has all the headlines from past times in This Week in History, brought to you by Kidsville News.
Welcome to This Week in History. I'm your historical host, Ella Cox, covering all of the colorful and amazing events that have left their mark on history's timeline. This is the week of April 11th through April 17th. April 11th, 1970. Apollo 13, the third lunar landing mission, has successfully launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, carrying 3 astronauts. The spacecraft's objective was to study the geological aspects of the moon. After an oxygen tank exploded that evening, however, the new mission objective became getting the Apollo 13 crew home alive. April 12, 1633. The Inquisition of astronomer Galileo Galilei begins. Galileo was ordered to turn himself in to the Holy Office to begin trial for holding the belief that the earth revolved around the sun, which is deemed heretical by the Catholic Church. He was convicted of heresy and spent the rest of his life under house arrest. April 13, 1977. Tiger Woods, whose father is an African American and mother is Thai, became the first person of color to win the Masters at Augusta National Golf Club, which admitted its first black member in 1990. April 14, 1818. Webster's Dictionary was one of the first lexicons to include distinctly American words. The dictionary, which took more than 2 decades to complete, introduced more than 10,000 American words. April 15, 1947. Jackie Robinson, at age 28, becomes the first African American player in the Major League Baseball when he steps out into Ebbets Field in Brooklyn to compete for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson broke the color barrier in a sport that had been segregated for more than 50 years. Finally, your week in history tidbits. April 16, 1889. Future Hollywood legend Charlie Chaplin is born in London. Chaplin became one of the most financially successful stars of early Hollywood. The son of London music hall entertainers, young Chaplin was watching a show starring his mother when her voice cracked. He quickly shuffled on stage to finish the act. April 17, 1964. The Ford Mustang, a 2-seat mid-engine sports car, is officially unveiled at the World's Fair in New York. That same day, the new car also debuted in Ford showrooms across America, and almost 22,000 Mustangs were immediately snapped up by buyers. That's This Week in History, your ultimate source for those key moments in time. I'm Ella Cox. Thanks for stopping by.
This Week in History is brought to you by Kidsville News, a fun and effective learning resource for children, teachers, and parents. Kidsville News is always free. Copies are delivered every month to every elementary school in New Hanover County school system.
And join us again next time for another journey through time as we explore the fun, fascinating, entertaining, and educational facts that make up This Week in History.
We have plenty more in the morning show ahead, including the Zoo Files and our super segment, Science Nation.
Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
Indiana's Booth Tarkington looked at life in a different way. Tarkington's Willie Baxter is amusing as he woos Lola Pratt in 17. In his more serious works, The Turmoil and The Magnificent Ambersons, Tarkington showed the effect of industrial growth on residents of quiet, pleasant cities. This background in literature has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools.
Welcome back to The Morning Show. I'm Trevor Kerrigan.
And I'm Sierra Darmuth. We continue today's show with a few financial tips for saving money.
Having money in a savings account can give you a sense of security and a feeling of confidence when facing those tough financial times. But how much should you save? Experts agree that you should save 10% of your income. This will put you ahead of the curve, and it's a great way to prepare for emergencies.
So when it comes to saving money, here are a few easy to-do tips. Buying things with cash, not credit. People spend about 15% more when they use credit cards to make purchases. Simply paying with cash is one way to cut back on spending.
Use coupons only on items that you already plan to buy. If you buy an item because you have a coupon, you are spending more than you would be saving without the coupon.
And finally, save up to buy big items. Putting a big item on your credit card is far easier. However, saving up and buying it means you'll get to keep all the interest you would have had shelled out to that credit card company.
If you're looking to do something but save money at the same time, our next segment has several wonderful ideas. Here's how to have fun without spending money.
Hello everyone! It's easy to spend a lot of money on a night out or for an entertaining activity. These days, the price of 2 movie tickets with snacks can break the bank. What many of you may not know is that there is still a lot of ways to have fun without spending money. The first thing you should do is look at community resources. There are all types of fun activities for you to partake in. Here are just a few community resources you should look into. Think you have to drive out of town to catch a concert? Think again. From the beaches to Mayfair to downtown, Wilmington is packed with great local and visiting musicians performing free or low-cost concerts. Our areas also host countless festivals no matter what season it is. From cultural fairs to food and drink, most weeks you can find a free family fun festival. The Cape Fear area is also blessed with many museums and galleries. Along with all the big galleries you've probably heard of, take time to visit some of the smaller local galleries around town. Many of them are low cost and free. In addition, all the big galleries have free days throughout the year. Another great resource in our area are the local parks and jogging trails. Along with the many activities at each park in town, you can have great fun learning to rollerblade or ride a bike. You can also be a tourist in your own town. New Hanover has dozens of wonderful tourist attractions, and just because you live here, it doesn't mean you should miss out. Try going in the off-season if you want to avoid crowds. Also, keep in mind, like the museums and galleries, many of these attractions offer free days. Other community resources to tap into include community swimming pools, community centers, exercise classes. To find all the local events and happenings, there are many magazines giving free copies at grocery stores, or you can check event calendars online by Googling Wilmington, North Carolina events. You can also have fun in your own backyard. Gather your friends and family and enjoy one of these entertaining activities. A meaningful trip can be a leisurely walk around the neighborhood. Look for things in nature, like playing squirrels, unique lawn objects, or shapes within the clouds. Turn your backyard into a campground. Invite friends over, create a fire, and enjoy s'mores as you sleep under the stars without leaving home. On rainy days, sit around telling stories and catching up while you play board and card games. If you want something new, try changing the rules and being creative as you can reimagine your favorite games. And if you're looking for a cheap way to find games, search thrift stores and yard sales, which is also another fun and free activity. One fun activity that is always good, plan a movie night. Invite several friends over and make it an experience. Dim the lights, pop some popcorn, indulge in nachos or whatever your favorite movie theater treat is, and have fun. These days, you don't even have to leave your home to rent a movie. You could do it online or through your cable box. The local library also has a vast movie collection which is free to check out. And that brings us to our last resource, your local library. Along with all these movies, the library has music, computers, and many great materials for you to browse through and check out, not to mention all the books. Be sure to stop in the next time you're looking for something to do. The next time you're looking for something fun to do, try one of these ideas and you might be surprised how satisfying they are. Having fun usually isn't about things, but the people you're with. So enjoy the company of your friends and family while you save money at the same time. I'm Jamie Stauffer. Now back to our hosts.
Thank you, Jamie. Those are some great ideas.
I never thought about being a tourist in my own town. That sounds like fun.
I like the idea of free movie rentals at the library. I've heard they have a big collection of movies. I'll have to check them out.
Me too. For now, let's send it over to the news desk for more Your School News with Victoria Chang. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning and welcome to Your School News on the Morning Show. I'm Victoria Chang. Topping our newscast this week is Isaac Bear Early College High School's 10-year anniversary. The school celebrated the occasion with a full day of activities and events. YSM reporter Bobby Blue has a full report on the big day.
It's been 10 years since New Hanover County Schools opened its first early college high school. As a partner in the North Carolina University System and the North Carolina New Schools Project, Isaac Bear Early College High School began its early life in the old Snipes Elementary School.
And the setup of the school just logistically provided a lot of challenges as far as the little kids being there and were sectioned off from us to
the buses.
I had big boys sitting in like first grade desks. Those foods were for elementary kids, which is a smaller portion than it is for high school. And then we were more yellow buses than I think I've ever ridden.
Today, Isaac Bear is housed in a modular building on the outskirts of the UNCW campus. It has an enrollment of 225 students, with close to 50% of them being first-generation college students. To celebrate all the school's accomplishments, the staff and students held a full day of celebratory events. It started in the morning with past principals and liaisons sharing their experiences in the history of Isaac Bear.
10 years ago, we actually met in the Myrtle Grove Library, and that day I met Suzanne for the first time along with Marty Shigerik and Sherry Broom, and on that day we had a giant stack of applications of all the first round kids who had applied to Isaac Bear, and we sat as a team and discussed about what our school was potentially going to look like. And our first day together, we read a bunch of essays and we scored a bunch of rubrics and picked those original 100 kids. And it was an experiment.
In the afternoon, the school hosted a luncheon exclusively for their partnership stakeholders. Later, those stakeholders were able to experience a day in the life of an Isaac Bear student. Stakeholders toured buildings commonly used by Isaac Bear, including Dobo Hall, Randall Library, and the Watson College of Education. In the evening, the 10-year anniversary celebration kicked into high gear with a casual gala-style event featuring video clips of Isaac Bear alumni highlighting where they are now, as well as a chance for many alumni to come home and connect with old friends and teachers.
I think that's amazing that we've come this far, really. I know some of the first people who graduated, and I know that a lot of people who graduated from Isaac Bear are doing very well right now. There's a girl that's going to Harvard, Megan Chang, she's going to Harvard now, and there's we have like a famous artist that's an alumni, George Pachetsov. So yeah, I think it's really cool that I'm in that kind of crowd of people. Hey, I graduated from Isaac Bear, I can say that. So it's pretty cool.
The anniversary celebration also featured an exciting silent auction as a student fundraiser for this year's senior class gift. It was an exciting time for those who have been involved with the school's growth and those who are piloting its future. Reporting for Your School News, this is Bobby Blue.
Freeman Elementary students learned a bit about electricity when the Space Station Conservation Play came to their school. Hosted by Duke Energy, the play is all about saving energy and using it wisely, and light bulbs were just one of the many examples showcased. The main character was Harmonica Mars, the astronaut, with a mission to recover a missing energy kit that would help save energy. Students helped the astronaut save energy and drive away the sleepy Martian, whose mission was to waste as much energy as possible. With some help, the astronaut taught students about energy and its importance in our everyday lives. It wasn't all information, as the astronaut and his cast of helpful friends made a few energy jokes to lighten the mood. During their mission, the students learned about coal, oil, and natural gases used for our energy. The students came out from the play knowing about the environment, how our energy affects it, and how to save it. The students at John T. Hoggard High School had the wonderful opportunity to talk to Lane Ragsdale from the North Carolina Zoo at Asheboro. The NC Zoo is seated on a 2,200-acre tract of land near the mountains. Approximately 500 acres of this property have been developed into one of the largest natural habitat zoos in the United States. Mr. Ragsdale talked about the NC Zoo, what they do, what job opportunities they offer, and any other questions the students had. Students learned that the NC Zoo is not only staffed by animal care workers, but also by directors, administrators, and most of all, donors. Animal safety was a major topic for the class. They talked about animal health care and habitat conservation. Students discovered that the zoo is not fun. It's business too. For all the latest on new Hanover County schools, join us on weekdays at 5:30 p.m. here on Time Warner Cable Channel 5 and Charter Cable Channel 191 for Your School News, a complete half hour of all the latest news and information from new Hanover County schools. Now back to our host.
Thanks, Victoria. In addition to watching Your School News and the morning show, you can see many of NHCS TV's programming online.
Just go to the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the NHCS TV logo right there on the front page.
You can watch great programs there like U-Talk, The Forum, and Up Front with the Superintendent.
It's an excellent way to watch our programming whenever you want.
Shifting gears now, we have everyone's favorite segment from the North Carolina Zoo at Asheboro. The Zoo Files tells us all about the different animals, exhibits, and happenings at the zoo.
In today's Zoo Files report, Rod Hackney explains how the common misunderstood snake is very useful.
It may have begun as early as the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, but ever since, it seems, snakes have been portrayed as the bad guy in human folklore and literature. Unfortunately, misunderstanding about the basic nature of these reptiles has led humans to fear snakes. But keepers at the North Carolina Zoo have launched a program to educate people about the true nature of snakes and their value to humans. Keeper Bridget Thompson tells us more about the Save Our Snakes program.
Keepers decided to develop the Save Our Snakes program to educate people about snakes. Snakes kind of get a bad rap sometimes. One myth is that they're slimy. Snakes are actually not slimy at all. They have scales, which help keep them moist and so they don't dry out, and it also protects their skin. Another myth is that snakes travel in pairs. They actually hardly ever travel in pairs. The only time you may see them together is if it's a good hangout spot for them, if they find a good rock ledge or something like that. Another myth, the hoop snake myth. And this is the myth where a snake will bite its tail, become a rigid circle, and then, roll down a hill like a wagon wheel after you. This doesn't happen. They don't bite their tails, and so they just get a lot of bad rap. The main benefit is rodent control. Rodents can carry diseases that can be transmitted to humans. Mice are a big contributor to electrical house fires. They will actually chew through the electrical wires of your house, which could cause a short, causing the house fire. Now, these snakes, like Slim here, who's a black rat snake that's native to North Carolina, they'll actually eat those rodents. We don't ask you to fall in love with snakes. We just want you to respect that they are a part of nature. They do have their place in nature.
Hopefully, through programs like Save Our Snakes, the myths about snakes can be dispelled and people can come to appreciate their true benefits. If you'd like to learn more, please check out our website at nczoo.org. I'm Rod Hackney reporting for the Zoo Files, connecting your life to wildlife.
The North Carolina Zoo near Asheboro is open year-round. For information, call 1-800-488-0444 or visit the zoo website at www.nczoo.org.
That was another excellent edition of the Zoo Files. Thank you, Rod Hackney.
From Zoo News to Science News, we're thrilled to bring you the National Science Foundation's online magazine, Science Nation.
In this feature, they examine the breakthroughs and the possibilities for discoveries about our planet and our universe and ourselves.
Each week, Science Nation takes a dynamic, entertaining look at the research and the researchers that will change our lives.
We all know kids especially need a good night's sleep in order to thrive. Those that don't get enough shut-eye, well,
they do not concentrate as well or perform well on tasks that are complex.
Or even worse, they may be more likely to be depressed, sick, or obese.
Sleep is very important for brain development and also for emotion regulation.
And as it turns out, what sleep gives and what the lack of it takes away may be magnified by poverty.
Poverty is a very, very major stressor for our children.
With support from the National Science Foundation, Auburn University psychologist Mona El-Sheikh and her team are studying sleep deprivation and how it impacts kids who are otherwise deprived.
Before children come to the lab, we examine their sleep for 1 week.
Using her own 2 kids as test subjects, she demonstrates for us the battery of tests she has conducted on thousands of children in her lab. This actigraph monitors tossing and turning at night.
Every one of the black lines are movement. This would be an example of a poor sleeper.
Now, what we're going to do is put stickers on your body.
In the lab, team members attach leads to the children's bodies to monitor how they react to stress. They watch for a faster heartbeat or sweaty palms.
We barely get anything done on the weekends because we're going back and forth to Birmingham all the time. Give me a break.
They listen to an argument.
Find the 2 things in each row that go together and do them as fast as you can.
Then the researchers see how well the kids perform with a timed test, a Rubik's Cube, or tracing a star while looking in a mirror. El-Sheikh says the findings are clear. Sleep matters more for kids, and those who are poor need it most. The good news is, if poor kids get enough rest, that seems to level the playing field.
They do not get sick as frequently, and in the home, they don't show as much depression and anxiety.
So even parents who are struggling can give their kids a big boost by sending them to bed early. It's an idea worth sleeping on. For Science Nation, I'm Miles O'Brien.
That was another interesting segment from Science Nation.
I know when I don't sleep well, it's hard for me to take tests. Maybe with all that research, they will be able to find out how to help kids sleep better.
That would be nice.
Now, as we head to break, we have the word of the week.
Each week we highlight an advanced English word, so when you use them in a sentence, you can impress even educated speakers.
If you like having an extensive and impressive vocabulary, try learning our word of the week.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Welcome back to The Morning Show. A meeting with a school principal, no matter how positive, can be an anxiety-laden experience for parents when it takes place across a desk in an office. To make things a little easier, we've got Coffee with the Principal, a chance for everyone in the community to get to know our frontline administrators in a relaxed setting over a good old-fashioned cup of coffee. Today, we sat down with Ashley High Principal Patrick McCarty.
Good morning, I'm Sierra Jenrette, and welcome to Coffee with the Principal. This morning we're talking with Mr. Patrick McCarthy, principal of Ashley High School. Good morning, Mr. McCarthy. Let's get started.
Good morning.
Give us an outline of your education.
I received my bachelor's degree from Western Carolina University. I've got a degree in industrial arts education, and I've also got my master's degree from UNCW in administration.
Before you became a principal, what did you do?
I taught drafting and shop classes at Pender High School in Pender County. I also coached wrestling when I was there. Before that, I was in construction.
Why did you want to be a principal?
When I was teaching, I realized that I was having a great impact on students. I liked that I was able to help students and work with them, so I worked to get my administrative license so that I could increase that impact, so I could work with larger groups of students and have a greater effect. So it became important to me to get that degree, and just being able to continue my education was an important factor in becoming an administrator.
What are the most important qualities a principal should have, and why?
Principal has to be able to multitask. There's a lot going on. You've got to be able to make decisions quickly, but also make decisions that are well informed and in the interest of the children and the families that are involved, as well as the staff and the teachers of the school. A principal has to be able to listen and hear what's being said to him or her, and to communicate well, be able to speak to people and get their message across, and then to, almost like a coach, be able to get people interested in the mission of the school and get them to work toward the mission of the school and help the community be successful.
As a principal, how do you provide support for your teachers?
As a principal, supporting teachers is one of the priorities that I have. So obviously listening to their needs, hearing what they're saying, being flexible when it demands it, giving them opportunities for professional development is important, providing them with support in the classroom when needed, and then breaking down barriers. If they need instructional materials, finding ways to get it. If they need contacts with parents, finding ways to make those contacts. So assistance in many ways, but supporting them and giving them an ear and a really open door where they can come in and feel comfortable talking to me.
What do you do for fun?
When I have spare time, I like to make furniture. I will work on a lathe and turn bowls, and but also make whatever type of furniture that I can use in the house or need to give away. That's where I enjoy the most, is working in my shop.
What goals did you set for your school this year?
One of my priorities for this year is improving communication with teachers, with students, and with the community. Making what's happening at Ashley a community effort and bringing the community in to work with us is a priority this year.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. This wraps up an edition of Coffee with the Principal. I'm Sierra Jenrette. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. McCarty. Next month, we'll feature another principal here on the morning show, so be sure to tune in.
All right, it's time now for this week's lunch menu. This is the menu for Monday, April 11th through Monday, April 18th.
On Monday, April 11th, you won't want to miss out on lunch, as your cafeteria will be serving a chicken filet sandwich, a lasagna roll-up with a breadstick, or corn dog nuggets. Don't leave the lunch line until you've heaped on black-eyed peas and diced peaches.
Then on Tuesday, April 12th, sit down for a wonderful meal of orange chicken with rice with an egg roll, a meatball hoagie, or a bacon cheeseburger. Keep your belly cheering with joy by adding sweet potato waffle fries, veggie sticks, and fresh fruit.
On Wednesday, April 13th, warm yourself up at lunchtime with delicious corn dog nuggets, a pork chop sandwich, or cheesy breadsticks. Round the meal out with pasta salad, corn, and diced pears.
On Thursday, April 14th, battle your midday hunger by enjoying either stuffed crust pizza, a chicken club sandwich, or popcorn chicken with a roll. Choose from an assortment of sides including macaroni salad, tomatoes and cucumber salad, broccoli, and fresh fruit.
Then, on Friday, April 15th, decide on the tough choice of an all-American hot dog with chili, fish sticks with hush puppies, or chicken nuggets with a roll. Include sides of macaroni and cheese, baked beans, carrot sticks, and spiced apples, and you can't go wrong.
Finally, on Monday, April 18th, have a fiesta and dig into a chicken quesadilla with Spanish rice, French bread pizza, or a deluxe chicken sandwich. Keep your belly cheering with joy by adding garden peas, glazed sweet potatoes, and mixed fruit.
And there you have the lunch menu for the week. In addition to those items, milk, a garden salad, French bread pizza, and a peanut butter and jelly combo will be available daily.
So many delicious choices. Don't forget, you can also start your day off with a healthy and hearty breakfast at school. Bell Ringers is our next segment this morning, and it's from the C-SPAN classroom. This series features a biography of each of our country's presidents. Beginning with our first show of the school year, we started with our first president, George Washington. Each week we feature the next president until we've covered them all and bring the series to a close this summer. Enjoy learning about the people who have led our country in this riveting series here this week's episodes of Bell Ringers.
I prefer to think of Iowa as I saw it through the eyes of a 10-year-old boy. Those were eyes filled with the wonders of Iowa's streams and woods. They saw days filled with adventure, with participation in good and comforting things.
Herbert Hoover carried fond memories of his Iowa childhood until the end of his 90 years. But all was not idyllic for the young future president, who was orphaned at age 9, and a year later sent to live with a Quaker uncle in Oregon. It was there that his already formidable self-reliance developed into a salient trait that would one day characterize his term in office.
My boyhood ambition was to be able to earn my own living, without the help of anybody, anywhere.
As a young adult, Hoover made extra money working in the onion fields near his home in Salem, Oregon. He attended business school at age 14, and 3 years later became the youngest member of Stanford University's pioneer class of 1891. At Stanford, he developed two interests, engineering and fellow geology student Lou Henry, whose natural intelligence and appetite for adventure matched his own. They married in 1899 and would have 2 boys. Hoover gave his wife plenty of adventure. They were still in their 20s when his career as a mining engineer took them around the world, to China during the Boxer Rebellion, to the gold mines of Australia, and to Burma, where a silver mine made him rich. By age 27, Hoover ranked as the highest paid man of his age in the world. Public service followed. During the First World War, Hoover helped raise billions of dollars to aid starving Europeans. He was named U.S. Food Administrator in 1917, and that same year joined President Wilson's War Trade Council. Such activities earned the shy and soft-spoken Hoover no small measure of celebrity. He was known as the Great Humanitarian and was soon singled out as a potential political candidate. In 1920, an Assistant Navy Secretary named Franklin Roosevelt remarked,
"He is certainly a wonder, and I wish we could make him president. There couldn't be a better one."
Warren Harding made him his Commerce Secretary instead, a post Hoover filled for 7 years before winning the Republican presidential nomination in 1928. His acceptance speech conveyed high hopes for the country's future.
We in America today are nearer to the final triumph over poverty than ever before in the history of any land.
The vision did not play itself out. 7 months after he and running mate Charles Curtis took office in 1929, the stock market crashed, losing billions of dollars in a single day. A prolonged drought followed, drying up the American plains and bankrupting countless farm families. The subsequent collapse of the nation's economy degenerated into a national depression, Hoover worked 18-hour days and spent millions on public work projects to alleviate the situation. He declined, however, to issue relief funds to individuals, a decision that stemmed largely from his sense that direct aid would foster excessive dependence on the federal government. Such a policy infuriated many Americans, who eventually turned their anger on the president. The nation's homeless began calling their makeshift shanty towns Hoovervilles, their newspapers Hoover blankets, and their knapsacks Hoover bags. His public persona didn't help matters. Uncomfortable speaking before crowds, Hoover usually appeared stiff and awkward, and his remarks to the nation typically generated little confidence. And though he did eventually move to provide limited federal relief to the unemployed, the public regarded the effort as too little, too late, and voted him out of office after a single term, choosing instead Hoover's old admirer, Franklin Roosevelt. In retirement, Hoover indulged his love for fishing and mystery novels, but also remained a highly active public servant. In the 1940s, he again raised funds for starving European children and later chaired 2 national commissions aimed at streamlining government. He also helped found UNICEF, served as honorary chairman of the Boys Clubs of America, and wrote more than 40 books. He died at age 90 in 1964, after the longest ex-presidency in American history.
As we head into a break, we continue our focus on our wonderful country with a fun series of bumpers.
The United States has a rich, interesting history and a unique system of government. Knowing about our country is a very important part of being a good citizen.
Take our quick civics quiz and see what you know, or perhaps it will help you learn more about U.S. history and government.
Am I?
I'm the largest state east of the Mississippi River. My nickname is the Peach State. The 1996 Summer Olympics were held here. Do you know who I am? If you guessed Georgia, you're right. I received statehood in 1788.
This United States factoid has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Sierra Dermuth. We now bring you Wilmington Places, written and produced by high school senior Louis Behar. This segment takes a look at some of the top places around our town and why both tourists and area residents should give them a try. This week we visit the Cameron Art Museum and look at all it has to offer us as we learn a little bit about its history.
Welcome to Wilmington Places. Do you think you know the hot spots in town? Do you want to traverse the town looking for diverse and fun locations? From a huge fish tank to a haunted mansion, here we cover places in Wilmington you need to check out. On our list today we have the spectacular Cameron Art Museum. The Cameron Art Museum was formerly known as St. John Museum of Arts. In 2001, the museum's gallery outgrew the space available and relocated on 17th Street with the new Cameron Art Museum. The museum's new facilities allowed for the construction of 3 exhibition areas along with a lecture and a reception hall. In addition, it provided space for outdoor exhibits, a clay studio, and an arts education center. The museum offers a myriad of art galleries, walkthroughs, and outdoor exhibits. The Cameron Art Museum offers several rotating exhibitions annually of historical and contemporary significance. The museum's permanent collection is composed of work by international, national, and local arts and covers a variety of disciplines. The Cameron Art Museum offers adult youth art education, including a range of beginning and master classes. Classes like creative writing, abstract art, weaving, painting, and much more are available. Additionally, the school creates employment opportunities for area artists and instructors. The Cameron Art Museum is located on our historical Civil War battlefield, the Battle of Forks Road. The museum grounds are lined with Confederate revetments built during the Battle of Forks Road, and every year the museum commemorates the lives lost on its property with a reenactment of the battle followed by lectures, workshops, and artillery demonstrations. The museum also has its own restaurant called the Cam Cafe. The Cam Cafe offers a combination of culturally diverse foods from French toast to Chipotle honey hot wings. The Cam Cafe offers brunch, lunch, dinner, and tapas from a wide range of different foods. After you're done eating, take a short trip to the gift shop and pick up a souvenir for your friends and family. The Cameron Art Museum also features the live jazz music throughout the year. Each season is comprised of the 7 popular concerts offering a mixture of musicians from Wilmington and around the state. They perform a range of jazz genres for your listening pleasure. The Cameron Art Museum has plenty of beautiful historical and educational art pieces throughout and offers so much more to do. Go on and plan your trip to enjoy spectacular visuals, delicious foods, and an endless adventure of art.
There's so much to do and see at the Cameron Art Museum. It is a great place to take the family or even sign up for an art class.
Art, music, food, and a little of our area's history all in one location is definitely somewhere everyone who lives here should check out.
It's time for more Your School News, so let's send it back over to our news anchor, Victoria Chang.
Thank you, Trevor and Sierra, and welcome everyone to Your School News here on The Morning Show. Recently, at Murrayville Middle School, 8th graders discovered the reality of money. Through an interactive financial education simulation, they became wage-earning, bill-paying young adults and discovered the impact behind their choices made on their budgets and lifestyles. We get this report from Nicole Clementi.
Most middle school students do not have income, but learning the right money management habits early can go a long way to assist them when they do start generating a cash flow. That is the goal of the State Employees Credit Union's Reality of Money workshop for middle school students. Held recently at Murray Middle, the program thrusts the students into real-world situations, forcing them to manage money in their lifestyle in today's modern world.
And we want our kids to see that life is made up of lots of decisions, and the choices you make can give you some financial gains or financial losses. So trying to get them to be a little bit smarter about money decisions in their future.
Students began the simulation by being randomly assigned profiles that outline their occupation, credit score, education, marital status, number of children, and more. Each profile was designed to mirror real-life backgrounds of today's working class.
My job was an accountant. That didn't pay very good. I got, where's that at? I got $2,475 a month, but that goes by very fast with all of my stuff. I did not have any children. My credit score was fantastical. I didn't have any children, didn't have a wife, so I didn't have to pay for childcare. So that deducted some money off of my entire score.
The Reality of Money event revolved around different life stations where the students went to make payments for housing, transportation, groceries, childcare, and clothing. Students during the workshop discovered the differences between gross income and net income. They were forced to keep records of withdrawals, deposits, and overall balance. The Murray students quickly began to learn they must know where the money is coming from and where it's going.
Life is very difficult, especially when it comes to income, bad credit, and just kids generally deduct your amount of money you have, and it makes it difficult to, live.
It makes me think about, instead of just getting a high school diploma, about going to a 4-year university or college so that I can get a better job and so that I can have better opportunities and have a better life.
Well, some people don't have, but like if you have bad credit, everything's more expensive, so it's really important to have good credit. So that's like a priority.
I had entertainment and houses. I had to get a second job. Yeah, it was hard. I didn't get to graduate high school, so I had to get a second one.
During the event, students learned the value of living below their means and the value of maintaining a good credit score. Lessons like the reality of money can be key drivers for future financial success by teaching the important factors of financial stability. Reporting for Your School News, this is Nicole Clementi.
8th grade students at DC Virgo took a field trip to the Cape Fear Museum to explore the mathematical constant known as pi. The students explored all the pi exhibits, discovering the different mathematical equations involving pi. Back at school, students learned the math behind pi and explored the history of pi. During their studies, the 8th graders learned that pi was used by ancient Chinese and Egyptian mathematicians. Afterwards, the entire school participated in a variety of activities exploring pi, including a color-coded pi chain. Students also competed in a pi bee where the students had to recite 76 digits of pi correctly. 3 grade level winners had an opportunity to pi the principal. Finally, the students formed the symbol pi on the backfield while a local film crew flew over recording with a drone and interviewing several of the students. That's all for now. To watch this week's edition of Your School News online, visit the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the NHCS TV logo on the home page. Now back over to Trevor and Sierra.
Thanks, Victoria. Now to end today's show, we have an exciting morning show game which will test our personal finance knowledge.
That's right, Trevor. I hope you know how to balance your checkbook.
We'll find out. Let's send it back over to Victoria, who will tell us all the rules for the game, Manage Your Money.
Today's game is fairly simple. You need to manage your money by answering finance questions. You will each get $5,000 to start with. If you answer your question right, I will add $1,000 to your total. If you get it wrong, it will cost you $1,000. The questions will rotate back and forth. Now here's the twist. If you get it wrong, your opponent has a chance to capitalize on your blunder. They have to answer the question. If they get it right, they gain $500, but if they get it wrong, they lose $500. All right, do we all understand the rules? We flipped a coin earlier during the break, and Sierra, you will get to answer the first question.
Great. Great.
Okay, Sierra, which of the following is the best place to set funds aside for surprise expenditures? A, the stock market, B, your regular checking account, C, a savings account, or D, ownership of real estate?
C, a savings account?
Yes, you are correct.
The stock market.
$1,000. Yeah, pause that stock market.
Okay, Trevor, when should you begin saving your money? A, right away, B, as soon as you finish high school, C, when you reach retirement, or D, around the age of 30?
A.
Yes, you are correct. Okay, Sierra, the use of credit cards to purchase and finance spending on items like clothes, food, and entertainment is highly likely to A, save you money, B, help you build your checking account, C, lead to serious financial problems, or D, help you avoid financial problems?
C.
Yes, you are correct.
$7,000. I could buy a lot of stuff.
Okay, Trevor. A monthly budget can help you achieve financial security by A, helping you choose stocks, B, reducing the likelihood that you will face unexpected expenditures, C, expanding the borrowing limits of your existing credit cards, or D, increasing your financial awareness and helping you allocate your funds more effectively. I think that's allocate. Okay.
I'm torn. I'm gonna say B.
No, you are incorrect. Sierra, would you like to steal?
Yes. What was the question again?
A monthly budget can help you achieve financial security by A, helping you choose stocks, B, reducing the likelihood that you will face unexpected expenditures, C, expanding the borrowing limits on your existing credit cards, or D, increasing your financial awareness and helping you allocate your funds more effectively?
D.
Yes, you are correct.
Sweet.
So Sierra gets $500 and Trevor loses $500.
Of course.
No,
I do.
actually $1,000.
Of course I do. How
I'm
about
sorry.
Okay, good luck to you. Sierra. When do you pay taxes on the money you put into a traditional 401k? A, when you withdraw the money. B, when you earn the money. C, never if you wait until retirement. Or D, every year at tax time?
A.
Yes, you're correct. I didn't even know what I was reading.
I know things about money.
Okay, Trevor. If you check your credit reports once a year, how much will it typically cost? A, $90, B, $0, C, $30, or D, $60?
B.
Yes, you are correct. Okay, Sierra, what should you pay off first? A, your credit card balance, B, your student loans, C, your home loan, or D, your car loan?
A.
You are correct. Yes. Okay, Sierra's in the lead. Trevor's gonna have to do something quick. Okay. Trevor, which is not a factor in auto insurance rates? A, your vehicle's results in crash tests. B, your marital status. C, your age. D, your address.
D.
No, you're incorrect.
Really?
Sierra, would you like to steal?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it A?
Yes, you are correct. Okay. Sierra, if
I only
you're
have $9.
Okay, Sierra.
Nice.
If you are currently renting but thinking about moving to another city in the near future, you should A, buy if you can arrange a monthly mortgage payment less than your current rent. B, continue renting because the real estate is not easily converted into cash. C, buy because real estate will always increase in value. Or D, continue renting because rental payments are tax deductible, but mortgage interest payments are not.
Oh man.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Well, what I thought was the answer wasn't a choice, so. That.
None of the above.
I'm gonna have to go with B.
You are correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, you're really good. Oh my goodness.
Like I said, I know my stuff about money.
Okay. Trevor, how much of your income should you aim to save and invest? A, at least 10%, B, at least 25%, C, at least 50%, or D, at least 70%?
A.
You're correct.
Okay, good, because I didn't hear the question. So.
Of course, if you look at my checking account, I mean, that says the opposite about me.
Okay. Okay, Sierra. The first step in getting your spending under control is to A, seek help from a financial planner. B, consult a credit counseling service on how to get out of debt. C, draw up a budget of your current expenses. Or D, subscribe to financial newsletters, magazines, or websites.
I'm gonna have to go with A.
You're incorrect.
It's C, isn't it?
Okay, Trevor, would you like to steal?
Gosh, I was on a roll.
Yes.
Reread it?
Yes, I will. The first step in getting your spending under control is to A, seek help from a financial planner. B, consult a credit counseling service on how to get out of debt. C, draw up a budget of your current expenses. Or D, subscribe to financial newsletters, magazines, or websites.
C.
You are correct.
No, I thought it was C, and then I was like, well, it could be A. That's why you always go with your gut answer, always.
No,
Okay.
First, you get a subscription to Times Magazine. That's
Oh.
your first step.
Just spend more money, man.
We have 5 more questions left. Trevor, how can you maintain a good credit? A, pay at least the minimum payments of all your bills on time. B, ask your parents to pay your bills for you. C, use all of your
It's
available...
definitely B, guys.
C, use all of your available credit. Or D, all of the above.
A?
Yes, you are correct.
Oh, no, you
The all of the above threw me off for a second because I was like, wait, but, okay.
It's always all the above unless it's not.
Okay.
Right.
Sierra.
Very profound.
Yeah.
Okay, Sierra.
Okay,
Which
Victoria.
statement is not true about investments? A, never invest using borrowed money. B, diversification will help lower the risk. C, always invest for tax saving purposes. Or D, invest using extra money.
And this was not a reason, right?
Yes, not a reason.
Is it B?
No.
Wait, oh,
You
no.
are wrong.
I didn't say B. I totally didn't say B.
She said B.
Yeah, okay.
He's hearing things.
That's what I thought. Okay, Trevor, would you like to steal?
Yes. Why wouldn't I? Okay, we
No, he doesn't.
reread the,
Let me just retry.
Okay. Would you like me to reread?
reread the answer choices, please.
Well, I'll reread the questions as well. Which statement is not true about investments? A, never invest using borrowed money. B, diversification will help lower the risk. C, always invest for tax saving purposes. Or D, invest using extra money.
See?
You are correct. Okay.
Oh no.
Hey, bank, you remember that loan you gave me for $10,000? I put that into stocks. Sorry.
Okay. Now, okay, Trevor. Which of the following is a risk to consider when investing? A, your money is not liquid. B, inflation. C, you could lose all your money. Or D, all of the above.
All the above.
You're correct.
Oh no, no, you gotta get that
Trevor
wrong.
is bringing it back. Okay, 2 questions left. Sierra, what should you do if you're having trouble paying your credit card bills? A, borrow money from your friends or parents. B, use another credit card to pay them. C, work with your creditors to determine how you can best repay them. Or D, all of the above.
Oh my god.
That's so much information.
Why would you put all of the above in there?
Okay.
Oh goodness.
It's a tricky one.
Okay, well,
Okay.
you know, C.
You are correct. Yes. Okay, last question.
I can't get this wrong.
Okay, Trevor, you have to get this right. Okay.
Wait.
According
never mind.
to most
Please get this
Okay. According to most experts, how much should you begin saving in an emergency fund? A, $500, B, $100, C, $5,000, or D, $1,000?
Get it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, what kind of emergency are we talking about?
No,
there could either be
no.
you're about to miss rent or there's going to be your house is gone. And those are two completely
You're
different
about to
things.
miss rent. So you don't need it.
Well,
Let's go 500. Happy medium.
you are incorrect.
Is it C, 5,000?
You are also incorrect.
Is it D, 1,000? It's D, 1,000.
It was D, yes. So, Trevor lost.
Well, I tried.
Okay, that is all the questions we have. Sierra, you have $9,500 and showed you know how to manage your money. Congratulations. You are this year's champion.
Good game, man.
You too.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Morning Show.
For the best TV of all, each and every day, keep it tuned right here for the new Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great day.
And a wonderful week.